Don't do it. Hey guys, I'm Kerry West, and welcome back to my banana, lentils, and tartar sauce channel. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to start this series called Portrait of a Photographer, where I'm actually going to be following around another photographer in sort of in the same style as my videos, where I display their images on screen as they're taking them and kind of do a walking interview. I thought that would be really interesting. So this will be the first one, at least the first day of the first subject I'm doing. His name is Matthew Steaffens. He couldn't really answer how to pronounce his last name, so I'll just show it on screen. He does a lot of these like super silvery black and whites. It's like a style that I really admire. I don't really shoot it too much, though I would like to do more. But some of these guys are just so good at it, him included, that yeah, it just sort of caught my attention and it made me want to do this with him. So go ahead and let the video start. I also want to apologize for the horrible shakiness of the footage. I thought I'd try the Sony A7III. I knew the stabilization was bad, but I didn't think it was like basically non-existent while walking around, so I can't really do it in post. It's just too much footage. It would not look right. So what I found is if you actually shake your head with the footage, it totally fixes it, and it stabilizes it in your eyes, and it works really good. So as always, there's a pug hidden somewhere in the video, and if you're the first one to correctly guess the timestamp where it's at, I'll drive to the store and buy some food. So I hope you win. Anyway, sit back, don't forget to wipe your ass, and enjoy the video.
Decent.
Yeah.
You know, I generally like to get something kind of from the side there. Kind of noticed me at the last minute, so kind of dropped the camera, tried to get it from the hip. I think it might work. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's my forte, is just pissing off drivers all over the city. Yours is one that really caught my eye. I just love those like silvery black and whites, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like getting those high contrast photos. What I really like is getting the reflective lights off the buildings.
Yeah.
And you kind of get that studio strobe effect.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and then adding a radial filter to darken out the background, you get that, I don't know, it's just kind of a beautiful image.
So how long have you been shooting?
12 years.
12 years, damn, dude.
Yeah.
No wonder, your shit looks really good.
Thanks, man. I've only been doing street photography for about 6 months.
This year has just changed everything, you know?
Yeah.
For so many people.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those, like, I started off on weddings, engagements, all that stuff. I stopped enjoying that, all that stuff, and it's just like, it was fun, but it never really, like, was it passionate, right? I love street photography, I've always loved it, and yeah, COVID just really hit, and I was like, I'm doing it. Yeah, man, it's kind of like an acquired taste, I think, and then once you, because I wasn't really into it at all at first, like, I didn't really see the appeal, and then as I started just going out in the city, then I started seeing so much cool stuff that other people are doing, and I feel like dumb for not coming out quicker, but you know, it all comes at the right time. So this is kind of one of those spots that I've like really enjoyed going to. This kind of like reflective light right here. This is like what I really like live off. How long have you been shooting Leica? September this year? Yeah. Nice, man. I was shooting an A7III. That's what I use for like commercial work, product photography, all that stuff. Right. But for me, it was just hard to like haul around downtown when everyone noticed me with it. Yeah. And it's the lenses. They're just too big, man. Like even just this 24-70 is just like so much bigger than I'm used to. Yeah. But yeah, you add a lens on, the thing's huge. That's why I love like this system. It's like super small, compact, you know, fixed lens. So we got a guy coming, so hopefully we can get him on this outside. All right. I think that's decent. I want a good stride in there. I want to see movement happening.
Yeah.
So I don't want like any awkward shapes. I try to like get them centered up in a spot that like looks decent, so you're not getting something grown out of their head. Light trumps everything here. And just for my style at least, it's more about like the light and the composition versus like what like the person's actually doing.
Right.
I like the hunt for characters, but I just don't seem to find them quite as much. The other thing I love about the spot is like you look in the windows, they have a shit ton of texture from that reflective light. So especially with kind of like that high contrast edit, it pops and gives it this beautiful surreal look. One thing I feel guilty about as a photographer is like I'm not using the viewfinder a ton. Like I'm really trying to set up in a spot that like I can like set it on my knee and make it look like I'm just like messing with the menu or reviewing photos so people aren't like tipped off. That's like the tough part. Like I don't want to like tip people off. I see photographers who can like hop in front of people pretty easy and they get like these awesome like engaged photos and it just doesn't work for me.
I'm gonna complain I'm gonna complain that people are stupid. My name's Patrick.
There's your character.
That's a character.
The ones that I really want to shoot, but I don't want to do it at the same time because like if they see you taking a photo of them, you don't know how they're going to react because they could fucking be crazy. Like
finding like the things they'll shoot, finding the things you won't shoot. That guy had something going on, you know, so it almost feels like you're taking advantage of the situation. He could be an interesting person to shoot, but also like,
is it worth it?
I don't know. I just don't feel like a good person like doing that. You know, I considered Fuji for a while. And I considered Leica, the GR3. And by all rights, I mean, it's a 5-year-old camera. Those other cameras will blow us out of the water. But it's just like that feeling. I've had a Fuji X100S.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't quite there. This one, it's just like, it's inspiring to shoot with. It's so minimalist in its features that
it's the Leica thing, man. Like it's kind of unexplainable from what I've noticed.
Yeah, it like encourages you to shoot more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the way of doing it. It's fun. This is just my life. I find a corner in the city. I sit here for 20 minutes, waiting for something to happen.
So do you tend to try to avoid identities and just go like a little more anonymous?
Not so much. I don't really care that much.
Just whatever works.
I mean, the great, I keep saying, it's a good thing about COVID is people are wearing masks. So like even if their identity was just like kind of there, it'd be hard to really show it.
Yeah.
If someone's walking through and they stop and they're like, oh, I don't want to get in your shot. For me, that's them saying, I don't want to be in your shot.
Right.
So, you know, I try to be respectful of that. Every once in a while you can coax someone through. It's like, oh, you're fine. I'm like just looking at my camera. But, you know, generally I'll try to just be like, yeah, they don't want to be in my photo. That's cool. I don't need it that bad. For me, it's like someone knows they're walking through your shot. They understand that they'll probably be in a photo.
Or just avoid
I'd rather not get punched in the face for taking a photo of someone.
Yeah, because it's not illegal, but that doesn't mean that it's not always, you know, moral.
Yeah, it's like, does it feel disrespectful to that person?
Exactly.
You know, like if I was walking down the street with my wife and someone like popped right in front of me with a camera and like ran off, I probably wouldn't be happy, and that's coming from a street photographer.
Yeah, for sure. It's rude, you know, especially like a lot of those guys that will just jump in people's faces and even pop a flash in their face. It's like, man, I would never do that.
Yeah, like, I kind of get it, but it also goes back to like, are you doing it in a way that's taking advantage of people, or are you doing it in a way that connects with people? If it feels authentic to you, you know, like that works. If it feels uncomfortable to you, then you should probably not do it.
And some guys actually like getting that upset look on their face, you know, and that's their art, I guess. But it's never something I could do.
I've never quite got that one. I've never really enjoyed it that much. I was hoping he'd walk by.
Right.
For me, it ended up working. I got some good like rim light on him, which looked nice.
Nice.
There's actually a white truck that drove by, so that silhouette of him popped right on the back of that, which is
Perfect.
great. Yeah, sometimes it's just, you know, you get that timing. And
Yeah.
it just seems to work out.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, luck is half of it. And I feel like some photographers would like hit me for that one.
It really is though, with most, I mean, anything that's not studio, you know, luck is a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. You're kind of, like when we were over there, not a lot was happening, but you had this huge crowd form here, and then you come over here and nothing's happening. And
Yep.
it's
just
kind of
empty now.
frustrating experience.
Yeah.
You do this long enough, you're bound to get hit by a car once. Oh yeah. That might be my favorite shot of the day.
Hell yeah, dude. That one's sick.
I'm happy. If that's the only thing I get today, I'm happy.
Right.
You know, you gotta lower your expectations. It feels like if you're like a pro, you have to perform and do well. But you don't. Sometimes a numbers game. Like I said earlier, I'm happy if I get one shot. Last weekend, I feel like I got like probably 10 shots I was like over the moon about. But like a couple weeks before that, I went out for 3 hours and got absolutely nothing. So this wall, I love this wall. They're one of those, I can go shoot this, you know, 30 different times and get something different. Hopefully I won't get hit by a train.
Just a bus.
Spot right here is that you kind of got this red and this green that's illuminated, and then you get the messy light on the wall there. It kind of adds for an interesting composition with that silhouette.
Oh, you got a scooter. Man, you hip fire a lot, huh?
Huh?
Was that just another hip shot?
Yeah.
Damn, man, I could not nail that.
I might not have.
So you always do black and white?
Not always.
Not always?
Just for like my style, it works better. I like the look of it. If it's color, it's gotta have something special to it. If the color is there, it has to have purpose.
Right. Has to serve it. For
Yeah,
sure.
like so if there's like a red wall in there, right? Like the black and white photo isn't gonna be as dramatic. Just like a random cityscape like this, to me, like it's not really adding much, the color. The tonality really makes that difference to me.
I always try for that silver look, you know, like not black and white, but like silver and black, and like you seem to nail that pretty good.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
One of my bigger inspirations was Sebastião Salgado. He does like a lot of documentary kind of work, but he's got that like high contrast silver look down. And when I started doing street photography, I didn't even like realize like that I was kind of doing that, and it was like, damn, that's awesome.
I thought this guy was gonna come. I guess not.
You walk to a spot, you think it's gonna be hot, and then people just like, yeah.
They're just like, oh, there's a photographer over there. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking weirdos.
That's always like that hard fine line too, right? Like you don't want to come across as weird.
Nobody understands it, you know. I don't think I understood it when I first started. That's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
Finding those standards that you'll shoot within, you know,
Yeah.
it's a big difference. If you're uncomfortable shooting it, then it's like gonna be an uncomfortable photo.
Yep, for sure. Or just a bad photo.
Yeah, yeah. And if that's your goal, then, you know, by all means, go for it. So I'm gonna get more of a cigar in there.
I like his walk too. Interesting. You got that quick draw down, man. I usually have to sit there for a couple seconds, run way out in front of them.
I think people are still like not overly aware, which is interesting.
Most people are pretty absorbed in their own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the crazies that really pay attention, which can be a problem, but...
Exactly. It keep it fun though, right? Like, you know, I ran into a guy this morning, he was a little crazy, and I was just like, whatever, you know, he's a fun guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't like over the edge, but he was like, yeah, I gotta be a little concerned.
Just a little weird. Yeah, just kind of hold your camera a little tighter.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you like?
So this little bit of light right over there, if someone walked by that could look really freaking cool, I think it's too tall.
Over there.
But I think it's too high, so like we're not gonna get anybody walking through that.
That is super dope. You mean there's shadow coming in?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's freaking awesome. I see stuff like that, I just get sad.
Right. So I got too late.
Yeah, so this is a cool little spot.
This is
Play
dope.
with a lot of good symmetry right here. You get like, you know, center lines.
Yeah, those lights are awesome in there.
Not supposed to be in here. So it's like one of those, if I can see someone at a corner, I'll like run in real quick and try to get something. I have to push my look.
Yeah.
You need them right on the sidewalk here.
Are you looking to shoot this way, or are you shooting out that way?
So I'll actually go inside the tunnel.
Oh, okay, I see. And shoot out.
I just don't want to go in like prematurely.
Right.
Because that'll like,
Oh, she's coming.
you know, there's cameras in there. It's like, yeah, I just don't want to like
Piss anybody
avoid
off.
the situation as much
Yeah.
as possible. So here, oh come on.
Ah, he did turn.
So
Maybe I should hide. Fuck.
really like presetting the exposure out here, so I know like I'm happy with where I'm at. Because what I'm ultimately doing is going for the ambient light out here.
You get him shaking like crazy?
Huh?
He just started shaking like crazy right as he walked in front of you.
The dog?
Yeah, the dog.
That's funny. What's that creepy guy doing? Yeah, so I mean it's like a decent enough shot. Like I'm, you know, do a little cropping and you know,
So much
bring up
wider
the
than I was
lights.
expecting, yeah.
You know,
That
it'll
was
be
good.
pretty solid. So I hope I got some good stuff for you.
Hey man, yeah, like I said, like sometimes I'll just make a video even with my bad images, you know, like
Yeah.
because everybody goes through that where they just, you know, they just have bad days or whatever. It's a lot of times when I watch like photography videos, I'm not necessarily looking for amazing photos.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the person. I'm looking for just the story, you know, just everything about it. I love the whole process, you know.
Oh, for sure.
And sometimes like there's a lot of landscape photographers I watch that they'll just completely fuck up a whole shoot and they'll make the video anyway, and it's like they're just bummed out the whole time, and it's just like it's still interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean like the failure is where you learn, right?
Yeah, man.
So
And if you can fail on camera for a bunch of people, maybe they'll learn through your failures too.
yeah.